and welcome back. I am so glad that you guys came over today to see another brand new video. It is like 2:30 in the morning. I was up shooting a cleaning video. I have like barely any makeup on, whatever is left from earlier today. And I was about to go to bed and I said, you know what? No, you have to shoot this video. You have to sit down and shoot this video. So I am legit like sitting on the kitchen floor to talk to y'all because this had the best lighting. So if you're new and it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Lacey and I am doing this social experiment, kind of documenting every day what I feel like God is doing in my heart, how he's changing me, what he's pointing out, how he wants me to change and things like that. It could be like encouragement. It could be like direct words from him. Who knows? I don't know how this is gonna go, but I really felt like we don't live 24 hours for no reason, right? So I wanted to document like there has to be a reason. There has to be these tiny changes that have been going on that multiply into these big changes that we can definitely see when we look back years later. So this is my way of documenting just what God is doing in my life, how I'm changing, what's going on day to day. So I can look back and know that this is how I changed and this was why, because so often I was looking back and I was seeing these big changes in my life, but not really a lot of the details. I really didn't know like how I got there. I just knew I got there. And I think sometimes that's important, but I really feel like it's important to document that we lived on this planet for 24 hours and what happened in those 24 hours and what is changing in your life and what's God working on with you. And I just think that's so important. So anyway, on to this message. So earlier today, we were walking out of a restaurant and somehow or another, me and my son were talking about the fact that he didn't like a certain movie because it was kind of like girly, I guess, like girl power. I was walking to the car, I had this kind of like thought in my head and I said, yeah, but I really like Wonder Woman. And he was like, yeah, I liked it, but I wouldn't watch it over and over. And I said, oh, I really would watch it over and over. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And in my head, I was thinking like, it's so neat. Like Wonder Woman, she just wants to like, almost like you feel like you want to take care of everybody. Like you want to like save the whole world or something. I don't know, like it kind of draws these emotions. I don't know, does it do that for you? Let me know. But movies, right? And then later on I was reflecting, and as I was doing that, I was cleaning my house and I was listening to music, and the music was so good. It was just like whatever YouTube was playing, worship music, they just kept picking the next one. You know how that goes. It was so good, getting me in the feels. And I sit down and I take my AirPods out and I'm talking to my son, and he's getting ready to go to bed, and we're just normal conversation. And so he's actually watching The Flash. In the show, The Flash said something that was like super profound, right? And I've seen The Flash a bunch of times. That's like something me and my son watch all the time together. Like it's just one of those shows that we can turn on and we watch all the time. He said, people are facing death every day. Now, I normally wouldn't think about this, but because I had that thought about Wonder Woman and like how Wonder Woman just trying to save everyone, and then I was listening to this song, and the song was saying that death was defeated, that the king is alive, and like for some reason, like you know how you know things, but then it just hits your soul, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I just need to hear that one more time or something. I don't know. It's not that I don't know that. It's not that I don't believe that. It's not that, I don't know, like, it wasn't even that I forgot. It was just like, it hit me all over again. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. The combination of those three different things really started me reflecting on what God was trying to tell me, because I felt like they were so closely related. Now, they're all about superheroes. We're super nerdy, okay? I know that none of it is in that way true. But if you think about it from just like a people standpoint and if you think about it in a Christian worldview standpoint, people are facing death all the time. And I sit down and I'm like, I really want to make this video, but what if nobody watches it? And what if it doesn't make any difference? And why am I wasting my time? And all these things that I think of that make me not want to make a video. And then God, shows me in all these different instances that that doesn't matter. You still need to make a video because people are facing death every day. It's just crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about the fact that we're all gonna end up somewhere, and you gotta make a choice, right or left. You have to make a choice because you're gonna be somewhere eternally. And of all religions, Jesus was the only one that conquered death. He was the only one that has ever raised anyone from the dead. He's the only one that has conquered this massive thing that we think about in society, because we're all going to end up somewhere, right? It just made me think about the fact that you have to keep trying. You have to keep praying for those people that you don't even know if they'll ever turn to Jesus. You don't even know if they'll ever get there. You have to keep praying, and you have to keep trying and keep kind of dripping on people and telling them about this hope that you have inside of you, because people are facing death, and you're just looking at somebody knowing that that's it. They're gonna die. They get to live out their days without their creator. How terribly awful and lonely and miserable is that? We have to keep trying. And even though I don't want to make a video, or it's late, or I don't feel like I have anything profound to say, sometimes I have to keep reminding myself that it doesn't really matter, because I have to keep trying, because people are still dying. And my only purpose is to make sure that I told and showed and try to let people know about this hope that they can have, that they don't have to live eternity this way. You don't have to die. Felt like God was just pulling that to me. He was just kind of in these little instances, even with these superheroes and things like that, I think he was just saying, keep your eye on the ball, keep trying and keep pushing forward, because it doesn't matter if you don't have anything to say. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're not getting through to anyone. That doesn't matter. You have to keep trying. And I have been so discouraged in my own life about just lots of people that I know that don't believe the same way I do. And it's just sad, and it makes me just heartbroken. And it's more sad not necessarily that they don't believe, it's that they don't have any hope, and they live their life really hopeless and really awful and sad. And it's just heartache after heartache, and you're just watching people just hurt and have so much sorrow, and they don't need to live that way. You don't have to live your life with all of this sorrow and all of this hurt and bitterness and unhappiness and depression, and there's so much into it, and you're just watching people walk the way to death. And I don't necessarily think he was saying that, I know that he's not saying that I'm the one saving anyone, because I'm not. I think he just wanted to remind me that, hey, go in the right direction. People are facing death every day, and the way you act, the way you portray, how you love on people, and how you keep loving and keep sharing and keep letting people know about hope is the most important thing in this life. So I think that's what he's trying to tell me today. Now, I do not mind at all that he did it through some superheroes because, hey, I'm a nerd at heart. So what did he tell you today? What's been contemplating in your mind? What's he like pulling you to do? Sometimes I feel like he's just pulling me enough that I'll like go to the next day, and that's kind of where I am tonight. Like, I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I'll be here and I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear what you guys think. I would love to hear what God's been doing in your life. I would love to hear how you're changing and how you're listening to what he's saying to you as well. I will see you guys in my next brand new video. Bye for now.